when it comes to choosing a high yield savings account, it's not only important to know what to look for, it's also important to know what to watch out for. Like, what are the things that could be going wrong? Are there any scams happening? Are there any organizations that are getting greedy? They're promising things that are way too good to be true. And so in this video, I want to give you the top 7, and these are my top 7. These are things that I've identified and that I think everyone should be aware of. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, my name is Alex Sidor. Right here on the channel, I go over personal finance, savings, help you get out of debt. And if you're interested in this type of content, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. One of the red flags that I consider when looking for a high yield savings account is with the APY being too high. If you find organizations out there that are offering you right now, as of this moment, 7%, 8% returns, I've seen ads that are even promising 10%. And mind you, I've been in this rabbit hole for the last couple of months now. So the algorithms know my searches, they know what I'm looking at, and I'm being targeted with many savings accounts from these organizations that I personally have never heard of. And some of these APYs are going through the roof. Now, as my curious mind works and it starts wondering, how are these people able to offer such high returns when other reputable brands that I'm personally familiar with are not going as high? So I started going into the rabbit hole, and some of these organizations, they are not banks, number one. They are not FDIC insured. And that, to me, already is a no-no. It's a big no-no for me. So my suggestion, and this is my personal insight, is, hey, if you see something that is offering you a lot more than what other competitors that you know, that you are familiar with, if there's somebody else out there that is offering you that much more, then to me, at least it gives me the little bell ringing in the back of my head telling me, hey, look into this further. Don't just open an account blindly and just hope for the best. Now, the second red flag that I consider is account restrictions. And what do I mean by this? I was looking at a bank a little while ago, and the reason I'm not being specific here is because I don't want to get sued, right? I'm just telling you here things that I've learned and that I've seen. When it comes to account restrictions, one of the restrictions that I've seen in the past is, which used to be very normal, by the way, up until April 2020, when the pandemic, where everything was happening, banks had a federal regulation that only allowed them to give their customers up to 6 withdrawals per month. Up until April 2020, the Fed decided to no longer apply that regulation, and so now it's up to banks to decide how often they allow you to withdraw your money. Now, what happened is, like, some banks out there are only allowing their customers to withdraw money up to 6 times per month. Now, that's very normal. The problem comes when these organizations try to charge you for accessing your money beyond those 6 withdrawals per month they allow you to have. And the reason why I think it's a red flag is because there are many organizations out there that do allow you to have unlimited withdrawals per month. So this is something that you could avoid. I wouldn't like 1 month to be charged for accessing her money. Hey, give me a warning. Don't just charge me, because that ends up eating up on my savings. And as someone that's saving, hey, I know how important it is to make the most money out of your hard-earned income. Sometimes they even don't want you to access your money and they lock you out of your account. I saw one out there that said, hey, the reviews, people were saying, hey, they lock you out of your money. You cannot use your high yield savings account. So just be aware of these, please. And if a bank tells you there's going to be account restrictions, then make sure that you understand what those entail. Now, the third flag I want to share here with you is maintenance fees. Now, I'm a big believer in getting a bank that doesn't charge you maintenance fees. In fact, here at the channel, I've gone over a bunch of them. Some that come to mind are Wells Fargo, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, SoFi, Wealthfront, Capital One 360, American Express, Ally. These are some organizations that I'm familiar with because I've done research on them. But mind you, there are many others out there, and it will be up to you to choose the best one that is for you. Now, another red flag I want to share here with you is organizations that are not insured. This could be FDIC insurance for commercial banks, which, believe me, there are some out there, like the one I mentioned previously, that was offering outrageous APYs, and it was not FDIC insured. Now, another thing that I want to share here is NCUAs. Now, it is my understanding that all credit unions have to be NCUA insured. So from that perspective, you can at least have a little bit of a warm and fuzzy feeling that credit unions are good options, but the downsides that I've noticed is that not all credit unions offer you a very high APY. So when it comes to FDIC insurance, it's a good idea to have a bank that at least insures your money up to $250,000 per account per owner. There are other banks out there that offer you FDIC insurance on steroids, such as the case of SoFi that goes up to $2 million. Another one that I've seen is Wealthfront that goes up to $8 million. So if you have that much money to put in a high yield savings account, well, first of all, you are blessed, my friend. And second of all, those are organizations that you could consider when it comes to parking your money in a place that offers FDIC insurance. The fifth flag I want to share here with you is an organization that when you start doing your research, when you start getting out there and into the weeds and what people are saying, is an organization has terrible customer service. People are saying that they're not honoring the interest that they advertise on their website. To me, customer service is a huge pillar and a parameter that I personally look at when it comes to choosing high yield savings account. And when I call into my bank, I like to have people that are polite, that are helpful, that are courteous. I don't like companies that offer terrible customer service. It takes forever to pick up. They don't resolve your problem. You have to call 10 different people. You have to be transferred multiple times. So all of that to say, if somebody out there is complaining and then you find the complaint again and again and again, then maybe, just maybe, there could be a competitor that offers you the same features just with better customer reviews and customer service. The sixth red flag I want to share here with you is too many footnotes, too many fees, too many hidden requirements. If you look at the websites, go through all the footnotes, all the stuff that is in very like font 8, font 6, all the stuff at the bottom. Make sure that you go over the frequently asked questions, because I think it's important to understand what a branch or what an organization is actually offering. We are about to park our money. It's very dear to us. That's our hard-earned income. When we trust an organization, we want to know what their services entail, what are the products and services they're offering, what are the requirements to be eligible for certain bonuses that they offer. For example, one of the things that I always share with people is, hey, SoFi is an organization that does offer up to $325 for opening an account with them if you are a new customer. However, with the link in the description, by the way. However, if you are someone that does not meet the direct deposit requirements, such as if you don't have a direct deposit with $5,000 or more, then they're not going to give you $325. So it's important to understand those hidden requirements and those footnotes, so that way you can make the most out of your experience, and then you're not calling the bank, you're not wasting time in customer service, you're not getting let down, and then you end up having to take your money somewhere else. So in the grand scheme of things, I always think of Fast and the Furious, one of my favorite franchises, by the way, when the main character is told, hey, whenever you have a challenge, whenever you have an enemy per se, or whenever you're considering an organization, not so much an enemy, but when you're considering doing a deal, it's important to know what you're up against. Last but not least, of course, is if you are someone that while you're doing your research, you're considering all these high yield savings accounts and all these organizations that it's very competitive nowadays, if there's a new bank out there, if there's a new organization with no reviews, no history, and they're offering you a very high APY, which, mind you, that was my first tip, it's important to understand, hey, is this organization trustworthy? Is this organization FDIC insured? Do a little bit more research. And this comes handy when, personally, this is just me, when you're considering an organization, I always talk about the warm and fuzzy feeling of confidence, comfort, trust. And me, and this is just me, I am someone that doesn't bank with someone that just showed up on the street, right? I'll let them gain the reputation, get some reviews. I want to see how other people are doing with that organization. And then I don't want to be guinea pig. And then I decide after a few years, hey, is this a good option for me? If you are interested in learning what to look for from my experience when it comes to high yield savings accounts, go watch this video over here. Or if you want to know more about bank reviews and my insight on certain market organizations out there, ones that I use, that I would use, or that I would recommend to my mom, go check out this playlist over here. With that being said, thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Like this video and subscribe. Peace.